Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum boys. Welcome to Peshawar Model School Boys 3 Science Online class for class 5. Unit 5 Plants. Previous lesson. As you have learned in the previous lesson about the plants, the large group of plants which has a variety of plants in them is called kingdom. Kingdom has a large variety of groups of plants called kingdom. These plants are divided into two groups. Number one is simple plants. Number two is higher plants. Algae, moss, and fern are the examples of simple plants. These are seedless plants. They are reproduced by spores. These plants grow mostly in the water or near the moist places. Algae grow in water and moss and fern grow near the moist place. These plants produce seed-like structure called the spore. Spores are not seed, but they reproduce by the help of seed. Higher plants are gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms are non-flowering plant and angiosperms are flowering plant. Gymnosperms can be defined as a group of plants having naked seeds are called gymnosperms. Angiosperms can be defined as a group of plants having seed enclosed in fruits are called angiosperms. Gymnosperms are higher plants. They have gymnosperms and angiosperms, both are the examples of higher plants. Both are the groups of higher plants. They have true structures of root, stem, and leaves, while simple plants have no true structures of root, stem, leaves, etc. Higher plants are reproduced by seeds. Simple plants are reproduced by spores. Structure of seed. Seed has three parts: seed coat, embryo, and cotyledon. Seed coat is the outermost layer of the seed. Seed coat is the outermost layer of seed. It protects the internal parts of the seed from damage and drying out. Second part of the seed is cotyledon. Cotyledon are leaf-like structure. These are also called seed leaves. The third part is embryo. Baby plant is called embryo. Inside the seed, embryo grows into a new plant. Cotyledon. Cotyledon is the part of the seed which is responsible for the further division of flowering plants into two groups. Cotyledons are leaf-like structure. Cotyledons are leaf-like structure. It is also called seed leaves. Cotyledons are leaf-like structures. It is also called seed leaf. These leaves may be one in number or two in number. On the basis of number of cotyledons, the flowering plants are divided into two groups. Number one is monocotyledon or shortly monocot. Number two, dicotyledon or shortly dicot. Mono mean one, cotyledon means seed leaf. So monocotyledon have one seed leaf. Di mean two, cotyledon means seed leaf. So dicotyledon has two seed leaves. Gram, rose, gram, rice, wheat and maize are the example of monocotyledon plants. Bean, rose and gram are the example of dicot plants. How can we differentiate between a dicot or monocot plant? We can find out by studying the different parts of these two types of flowering plants, their seeds, stem, leaves, flowers and roots. So we are going to do the comparison of monocot and dicot. In the previous lesson, we have studied the seed and stem of both groups of plant. Seed, when we put seed into the soil and germinate and releases the first leaf which comes out from the soil, these are actually the cotyledons. The first leaf, if it is one in number, then it is monocot. If the first leaves are two in number, then it is dicot. Stem of the monocot is also different from that of dicot because the vascular system, which is composed of two tubes, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem carry water and phloem carry food for the plant. This vascular system is scattered in the stem of monocot, while vascular system is arranged in ring form in dicot stem. Today's task is explanation of monocot and dicot leaf, flower and roots. Reading of book page 46. Concept check book page 47. Vascular system, as I have told you, vascular system is actually a transport system. Vascular system is a transport system of water and food inside the plant. This system is made from xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are two tube-like structures present in the stem and leaves. Xylem carry water from roots to the leaves. Phloem carry food from leaves to all parts of the plant. This xylem and phloem, which make the vascular system, also embedded in the leaves in the form of veins. This vascular system is present also in leaves because leaves are green in color, they have chlorophyll, they make their food in the process of photosynthesis. For the process of photosynthesis, they need water. So xylem is responsible to carry water in the leaves. So xylem and phloem, both of the tubes are present in the leaves. As the stem of the both plants, monocot and dicot, have different pattern of arrangement of vascular system, so same is the case with the leaves. Leaves of monocot and dicot are also different from each other. Monocot leaves, the vascular system is in the form of parallel veins in monocot leaves. Vascular system is in the form of network of crisscross veins in dicot leaves. The leaf of monocot is elongated. The leaf of monocot is elongated while the leaf of dicot is broad. Leaf of monocot is elongated. Leaf of dicot is broad. The vascular system is in parallel lines. These are in straight lines. The vascular system is in parallel lines in monocot. The vascular system is present in net form throughout the leaf, in crisscross form throughout the leaf. The vascular system is present in parallel forms, in parallel lines in monocot, and vascular system is present in a net form, crisscross form in dicot leaf. So this is the difference between monocot and dicot leaf, that the monocot leaves are elongated. They have parallel lines of parallel veins running in straight lines, and the leaves of dicot have net-like veins crisscross all over the leaf. These are the basic difference of the leaves of monocot and dicot. Comparison of monocot and dicot flower. If a flower has 3 petals are the colorful leaves of the flower. Petals are the colorful leaves of the flower. Its function is to attract the insects for pollination. If these colorful leaves are 3 in number, or a number which is divisible by 3, the flower which has 3 petals or a number which is divisible by 3, it is the flower of a monocot plant. If a flower has 3 petals, if a flower has 3 petals, and what are petals? Petals are the colorful leaves of the flower. If these petals are 3 in number, or the number which is divisible by 3, it is the flower of monocot plant. If a flower has a number of petals that can be divided by 4 or 5, or these petals are 4 or 5, that it is the flower of a dicot plant. The flower which has 4 or 5 petals or a number divisible by 4 or 5, it is the flower of a dicot plant. Monocot flowers have 3 petals. Dicot flower has 4 petals or 5 petals. This is the basic difference between the petals. Number of petals are 3 in monocot. Number of petals are 4 and 5 in dicot. This is the flower of monocot plant which has petals 3 in number. This is the flower of dicot plant which has petals 4 or 5 in number. Comparison of monocot and dicot roots. Monocot roots these monocot have fibrous root. Monocots have fibrous root. Dicots have tape root. The basic difference between the fibrous root and tape root is that fibrous root grow on the surface. They just hold the upper layers of the soils, and they grow from all the sides. It gives its branches from all the sides. It holds the upper layer of the soil, while the taproot has one main root. And it gives some of its branches, and it grows deep inside the soil. Fibrous roots doesn't go deep inside the soil, but tap roots grows deep inside the soil. So the comparison of monocot and dicot roots are that monocot has fibrous root while dicot has tape root. Fibrous roots grow on not goes very deep inside the soil. It just hold the upper layers of the soil, and it grows from all the sides. It grows its branches from all the sides, while taproot has one main root and it gives its own branches, and it grows deep inside the soil. As the diagrams has shown these two types of roots. This is the root of monocot plant and this is the root of dicot plant. Fibrous roots are present in monocot. It is present on the upper layers of the soil. It grows from everywhere. It gives its branches from every side and it doesn't go deep. But in the dicot plants, the stem, there is one main root. This root gives its own branches and it grows deep inside the soil. This is the difference between monocot root and monocot stem. Summary of my lesson: comparison of monocot and dicot plants. Mono mean one and cotyledon means seed leaf. Monocot seeds have one cotyledon. There is one cotyledon in the monocot seeds. Sorry. Dicot has two cotyledons. There are two seed leaves are present in dicot plants. Monocot has one seed leaf. Dicot has two seed leaves. Vascular system which is made from xylem and phloem. Vascular system which is made from xylem and phloem. These are the transport system. It is present in the stem in scattered form. It is present in the stem in scattered form, not properly arranged. These vascular system, vascular tissues are scattered throughout the stem, while vascular tissues are in ring form in the stem of dicot plants. Vascular tissues are in the ring form in dicot stem and scattered in the monocot stem. Vascular tissues are arranged in parallel lines in the leaves. The leaves of monocot plant are also different from that of the dicot plant. Monocot leaves are elongated while the dicot plants are broad. The vascular system, the vascular tissues are in straight parallel lines in the monocot leaves, while vascular tissues are arranged in a net form, in crisscross form throughout the leaves of the dicot plants. Leaves are photosynthetic. They make the food for the plant. They have chlorophyll, and for the photosynthesis they need water. So xylem carry water for the leaves for the process of photosynthesis. At the result of photosynthesis, food is made, that is glucose, and this is carried away from the leaves to all parts of the plant by the phloem. So arrangement of xylem and phloem which make the vascular system are different in both of the leaves. The vascular system is in parallel lines in monocot, while the vascular system in dicot plant are in net form. The number of petals. Again, flowers of the monocot and dicot are also different from each other. Monocot flowers have 3 petals or a number divisible by 3. The flower of a monocot plant have petals 3 number. Petals are the part of the flower that is colorful. Petals are the part of flower that are colorful, and its function is to attract the insects for pollination. So the number of petals in monocot flowers are 3 or a number divisible by 3, while the number of flowers in the dicot plants are 4 or 5 in number, or a number divisible 4 or 5. So petals number are in dicot flowers are maybe 4 or 5, or more than 4 or 5, a number divisible by 4 or 5, and the number of petals in monocot are 3. Roots are also different from each other. Monocot roots are fibrous, while the dicot roots are taproot. Fibrous grows from every side, and taproot has one main root and it goes deeper, while fibrous root doesn't go deeper. Monocot and dicot plants, we can differentiate them on the base by studying the structures of both groups of plants. Monocot seeds have one seed leaves, dicot has two seed leaves. Vascular system in the stem is in scattered form in monocot stem, while it is in the ring form in dicot stem. Leaves also show the different arrangement of vascular tissues. These are in parallel lines in monocot, while it is in ring form in dicot plant. Number of petals of the monocot flower are 3 in number, or a number divisible by 3. Number of petals in dicot flowers are 4 or 5 in number, or a number divisible by 4 and 5. Monocot roots are also different because they are fibrous, they doesn't go deeper, grow from all the sides, while in dicot plants they have taproot, and this is the main root which grows deeper and it gives its own branches in the soil. Now book reading, page 46. Book reading, page 46. Leaf. If you look closely at a leaf, you will see that it has a tiny transport system embedded in it. So, leaf also has a tiny transport system, just like a stem. The vascular tissues, xylem and phloems, are also present in the leaves. This is a network of veins. These are just like a veins, just like a small tubes in the leaves. The leaves of a monocot have parallel veins. The two leaves are also different from each other. The two groups of leaves are also different from each other. Monocot have elongated leaves. Dicot has broad leaves. The leaves of monocot have veins in straight lines, in parallel lines. Leaves of dicot plant has nut-like vascular tissue. Flowers. Flowers. If a flower has 3 petals or a number which is divisible by 3, it is the flower of a monocot plant. Here in the diagrams they also show the difference between monocot flower and a dicot flower. Monocot flower has 3 petals or a number divisible by 3. Maybe they have 6 petals, maybe they have 9 petals, they have 12 petals. So the numbers can be divided by 3. Such kind of flowers belong to monocot plant. On the other hand, dicot, if a flower has a number of petals that can be divisible by 4 or 5, it is the flower of a dicot plant. Dicot flowers have 4 or 5 petals or a number divisible by 4 or 5. Such kind of flowers which have 4 petals or 5 petals, this flower belongs to dicot plant. Roots. The underground part of the plant make up the roots. the part of the plant which grows inside the soil. It is root. Root absorb water and minerals for this plant. There is a difference between the roots of monocot and dicot plants. Monocots have fibrous roots and dicots have taproot. So monocot has fibrous root. It grows from all the sides. It doesn't go deeper. It is present on the upper layers of the soils. While dicot plant has one main root, it grows deeper inside the soil, and this one main root gives its own branches. Concept check. Summarize the characteristics of monocot and dicot under the correct headings as shown in the examples. Parts of the plant, dicot and monocot. They have give the example of flower. Petals in the multiple of three dicot petals is set divisible by 4 or 5. Boys, do the correction here. This is the mistake of the book. Here you write the heading of monocot, and here you write the heading of dicot. This is the mistake of the book. Do the correction, boys. You should write here monocot and dicot here, because they have given the number of petals of monocot, and there they have written the number of petals of dicot. After correcting this mistake, then fill up the remaining columns of the concept. Check this column of this question. Seed of monocot has 1 cotyledon. Seed of dicot has 2 cotyledons. Leaf has parallel veins of vascular system in monocot. Leaves of dicot has net-like veins in their leaves. Root, fibrous root, here taproot. Stem, vascular system, scattered, here in the ring form. But before doing this, first correct the headings. There is the heading of monocot and there is the heading of dicot. This is the mistake of book, boys. Correct this mistake, because they have written the number of petals of monocot and give the heading of dicot. So do the correction, boys. After correcting the headings, then fill up the remaining column. Here is your homework. Learn question 1 and 2 of unit 5, which you have already written in your copies. Learn these 2 questions. Do the reading of book page 46, which we have studied today. Leaf, flower and roots. Do the practice of the following diagrams for the test. Number 1 is seed structure. You will have to draw the seed structure and show the 3 parts in them: seed coat, cotyledon and embryo. The second, you can also take the help from page 44, where this diagram is drawn and they have shown all the 3 parts in them. The second diagram is a stem of monocot and dicot, in which they have shown the difference between these 2 stems. The vascular system is in scattered form in monocot. There is also mistake in book. They have labeled the stem of monocot with dicot and dicot with monocot. So do the correction there. In scattered form, in the stem where the vascular system is scattered, this is monocot, and the stem where vascular system is in ring form, that is the dicot. You can take the help from page 45 also. Now boys, thank you.